I'm Antony Jenkins. I'm the founder and executive chair of 10x Future Technologies.
I'm Bussmann. I'm founder and managing director of Bussmann Advisory.
I guess the key insight from today's talk is really that we're entering a new phase of transformation in financial services, and that it's critical that banks act now to embrace that transformation, in addition to all the solid work they've been doing on innovation.
Innovation is incremental right now, but business model, the underlying market infrastructure will change. And it's not a sprint, and preparing for that change is necessary, and it takes now is the time to act.
I think the thing that's incredibly exciting about the future of our industry is that technology has reached a point now where it can change everything. It can make everything better for the customer, but also better for the bank and better for society. More transparency, more open banking, more capacity for people who haven't had access to the banking system before. That's all driven off the power of technology that's available to us today in a way that it wasn't even 2 or 3 years ago.
We're moving much more into a real-time connected world, and financial services will be embedded in other services. So being open, driving this as a platform services will be critical going forward to be integrated and play an important role.
I think the biggest hurdle with any change is getting people to accept that change is necessary. As human beings, we're all programmed to resist change. So it's really important that people see the opportunity and then seize the moment. That's true for banks themselves, but it's also true for the whole fintech industry. We have to come together now to make this happen.
And it starts really from the top, the digital mindset that the industry is going to a change, as Antony said, accepting that, and then also reflecting that in your strategy, because only if you call it out, we get supported, we tracked, the investor community is following up, and then you see more traction of those important changes.
For somebody starting out in the industry, I give them the same advice I give everybody. Take a bit of time to look at what's going on with the underlying technologies. Understand cloud, understand distributed ledger, understand artificial intelligence, understand what's going on with voice. Because once you can understand the power of that technology, then you can imagine a totally different future, and that will guide you personally and professionally.
Don't be afraid to start a greenfield operation, because there's a lot of legacy in place that's hard to re-engineer and make it future ready and proof. I think also to have the guts to take on that risk. So risk appetite is critical going forward.
It's always important to get together at events like Money20, because these problems that we're trying to solve and these opportunities we're trying to seize are so large and complex that no one person or even one organization is capable of understanding everything. So the more we can share knowledge, spark ideas, form partnerships, build networks, the more successful we're going to be as an industry and as individuals.
Now, our business is a network business, so we're moving to much more business networks, living in an ecosystem, teaming up with players in the ecosystem, and Money20 is the perfect place for bringing those players in a network together, because that's a capability, driving the ecosystem, reaching out to peers, non-banks, etc., and finding the win-win situation is something that will become standard going forward.